This episode is brought to you by Kia's first 3-row all-electric SUV, the Kia EV9, with available all-wheel drive and seating for up to 7 adults, with a 0 to 60 speed that thrills you 1 minute, and available reclining lounge seats that unwind you the next. Visit kia.com/EV9 to learn more. Ask your Kia dealer for availability. No system, no matter how advanced, can compensate for all driver error and or driving conditions. Always drive safely.
Join me, 48 Hours correspondent Erin Moriarty, on my podcast, My Life of Crime, as I take on true crime investigations like no other. This season, I'm looking into the labyrinth of crime and secrets within families. I'm cutting straight to the evidence and talking to the people directly involved, including investigators and the families of victims. Listen to My Life of Crime with Erin Moriarty wherever you get your podcasts.
Alright, what's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of the TMossBoss Show. And in today's episode, I think I should do one final relationship advice. Here's the update on the relationship advice stuff, because I know, I was at one point in time, 2020, I was doing relationship advice episodes every day. And I decided that I was going to move over the relationship advice videos onto my main channel. But probably from time to time, I will do episodes on here. But it's like, because the thing is, the reason why I had to say that I would struggle with doing the relationship advice episodes, because if you guys know, the episode lengths for it to be a full length episode is past 15 minutes. And it doesn't necessarily have to be past 15 minutes, but I just like to put my episodes beyond that 15-minute mark. So, that's why I'm like, I decide to move them over to my YouTube channel, because I'm like, it might be a small story, and might not make it to that 15-minute mark. So, but I am gonna try to make it to that 15-minute mark. Give y'all one final grand finale for the podcast episodes and stuff. So, anyways, getting on into it and stuff. So, first relationship advice story on the subreddit relationship advice. You can find it on Reddit and things. But anyways, my boyfriend caused a huge scene in a restaurant because I breastfed our son 3 months. I don't think that's an issue. I think it would be an issue to other people, because I feel like I would be that person where me and my significant other, we're at a restaurant and she's like, oh dang, gotta breastfeed the kid gotta eat too. I'm saying, I just don't know why people, they trip over stuff like that. I'm like, I don't know why people trip over a woman feeding her child. It's like, she can't go out, and especially if it's on some stuff where it's like, you don't know what that woman's like situation is, where she might not be able to afford food, or she might forgot the food, whatever the situation is. Because from what I heard, baby food is expensive. So that's why I'm like, bruh, it's not up for a debate for you. It ain't even your body. So it's like, it really trips me out though. It does. But anyways, getting on with this story. So the woman goes on to say, our son is 3 months old. Today we went shopping for him. Afterwards, we decided to get something to eat. When we got to the restaurant, he started to fuss and I lost his soother somewhere. So I decided to breastfed him. Completely covered up. No one would see me or baby. He started to yell at me in the restaurant and said I should have never brought pump milk with me, and that I should have brought pump milk with me, and that I'm unprepared. And it's like, well, fam, then you somehow, some way generate some food to feed our child. My thing is this, that doesn't make like the mom unprepared and things. No, it's like, okay, a person forgets. My thing is this, all right? I know my parents done forgot stuff with me. I know I'm most likely going to forget stuff with my kids, but it ain't like it's on some stuff where I'm like, I'm going to watch my kids struggle. If you realize you forget, then it's like, oh, well, then let me do a last minute decision on whatever the situation is. That's what a parent does. A parent don't get mad at the other parent for literally doing, because I know people probably ask like, what would I do in a situation like that? I'm like, how would I be able to trip about it? You know, it's like, that's something where I'm like, nah, bruh. It's like, she's feeding my kid. I'm like, I obviously want my kid to be fed. So, yeah, that's just, it could have been a situation where it's like, okay, she doesn't feed the baby, then what happens? You know, so yeah, I like the boyfriend. I'm like, bro, you gonna mess around, find yourself in a situation where y'all is like having to do some co-parenting stuff. Cause I'm like, nah, man, that's just crazy to get on somebody for some stuff like that. So, but anyways, so then she goes on to say, he said he's never taking me out again and is just making dirty looks at me the whole time we are here. I don't pump. I exclusively breastfeed, so I don't carry pump milk on me when I can give it right from the source. He made a huge scene in the restaurant and now is refusing to talk to me. I'm honestly so upset. If I can't feed my son in public with him, I don't really see this working. Is he being reasonable, saying he doesn't want me to feed in public? I don't see anything wrong with this, but he seems disgusted by the fact he's refusing to talk to me. Yeah, I remember the time when I was on one of the like public buses and things. I was heading home, and yeah, a woman, I believe, yeah, she started feeding her kid on the bus, breastfeeding her kid on the bus. I had nothing to say about it. For one, don't know the woman. 2, not my kid. 3, the baby is hungry. 4, I'm saying, like, there's no reason to even trip over some stuff like that. And it's like, that's the thing where it's like, how is he going to get on her and you don't even have no food to, like, tend to the baby? Because it could have been a situation where it's like, okay, he got some backup milk, whatever things, and he's like, oh, baby, you ain't even got to do that. Hold on for a second. I got some backup milk in the car or wherever. You don't have that, so you're unprepared. That's the crazy thing about it. Hold on for a second. Let me. I'm gonna write this. It's funny how he says you're unprepared, yet he didn't provide anything himself for the baby. Yeah, that's what I'm leaving that at, because I'm like, that don't even make no sense. How you gonna get on her and you're unprepared? Yeah, there'd be some people, they'll like get mad about some stuff like that, and it's like, fam, you're not even making any sense. You're getting mad at me, and it's like, fam, you don't even have no source or food or milk or nothing to feed the child. So, fam, you gonna play the silent treatment game? That's some childish stuff, man. Breastfeed him. See how that works out. But anyways, so next one. Let's see what this. I found my mother-in-law's nudes on my fiance's phone. Whoa. Wait a minute. I found my mother-in-law's nudes on my So, mother-in-law and fiance, that's the, oh my God. What is, no. Hold on. Time out. Mother-in-law, which means that the person that is writing this, that is her fiance's, oh, this is disgusting. What is going, no, okay, let's read this, because that's not normal. That's not, let me read the title again. I found my mother-in-law's nudes on my fiance's phone. Not her mom, her fiance's mom. I'm saying that's the only mother, unless there's they having a 3-person marriage, but I've never heard of that. So nah, man, let's read into this and see. So she goes on to say, "Hi guys, I made a quick account just to talk about this. I am so sick. I'm shaking so bad. I can't even believe this is true. I am Brazilian, so please, my English is not very good. My mother-in-law had never liked me. She always would look at me weird and talk down to me like a child just because I'm not British. She would, that's some racist stuff, but anyways, she would talk bad about me to my fiance, even to my face, and he would say nothing. Nah, I couldn't be in no situation like that where it's like the woman ain't did nothing to my parent, but my parents being disrespectful. I'm like, whoa, wait a minute, time out. Do you know them from somewhere? Because if not, it's stuff like that I would have to check. I would have to check. And I know I probably would get hit with that. Oh, so you choosing them over me? Your own flesh and blood, your family, your parent? And I'm like, no. I just wouldn't want somebody, because I'm like, how would you feel if I told you that I was over at somebody's house, at her house, and her parents was treating me like that? I'm saying, to me, that wouldn't even make any sense. So I'm like, I know you guys would be mad over some stuff like that. So that's why I'm like, nah, it's like that I don't live in no household like that. I'm like, so I wouldn't have to worry, but still I would bring that up. And I'm like, I'm not choosing over anybody. I'm just saying the level of disrespect, that's not needed. It's like, if you don't like them, then it's like, either try to sit down and talk with them and understand them, or just, just at least be respectful. The thing is this, you don't have to like a person, but at least be respectful towards them. There's people where I'm like, it ain't even on some stuff where I don't like them, but it's just like, I'm respectful to people, even if it's a complete stranger. And the day when I have kids and they bring somebody over and I'm like, oh, hey, how's it going? All right, cool. Just treat my kid right. Don't do nothing crazy. All right. I'm all like, I'll send y'all on your way and then go on about my business. But yeah, I'm like, that's some crazy stuff. So, but anyways, I would even, so she goes on to say, I would even ask, babe, why do you allow your mom to speak to me this way? And he would always say, she's my mom. It's complicated. It's not complicated. He's scared. That when they say things like that, they are scared. It's like, I think there's just people out there in this world where it's like I don't know. It's like, yeah, they just got some like level of fear with their parent. And I'm like, the thing is this, and that's just something where I'm like, I wouldn't want my kids to grow up. Like if I'm being disrespectful, which I highly doubt, but if let's say, if I don't know, I get old and I start just acting crazy for no reason, I would expect my kid to check me, because I'm like, that's not cool. I'm like, my thing is this, I would like to think that I would raise my kid in a household where we're respectful to everybody, and if I turn around and be a disrespectful parent to, their significant other, I expect them to check me, but I don't want them to grow up in a household where they fear me and they're scared of me, and then if I do something wrong that they don't like, they feel scared to like approach me about it and stuff. So no, yeah, it's like things where I'm like, even there's been times where it's like my parents have said or did something that I did not like, and I wouldn't, maybe I shouldn't use the word check, because check sounds a little disrespectful, but I would talk to them respectfully over it and stuff, and be like, hey, you said this or you did this, I didn't really like it. It's like that type of stuff. I'm like, that can't be a regular, it's like, I'm just saying like that, those types of things, you wouldn't like it if somebody did that to you. So it's like, don't do it to me, please. Thank you, mom. Thank you, dad. Go on about my business. All right. So, but anyways, then she goes on to say she would, she used an explicit word, but I'm just gonna, clean it up, for the younger audience. But she said she would crap on my cooking because it was spicy, and she likes to boil her meat. Didn't they do that in the Gordon Ramsay like video? I think it was one of them like hotel shows or something. But anyways, sometimes I come home and she's in my effing house alone, and my fiance doesn't tell me. I hate her and she hates me, and it's fine. She would say many racist, no, they ain't even like many racist things. Like, no, she's based off of what she done said, or just based off of how you described her, she is a flat out racist. But she would say many racist things, like call me a shapeshifter and a siren that lures men because my hair changes a bit. And then she goes on to say, she said me and my fiance's kids will be confused. It was fine, but this isn't fun. That's crazy. That is some crazy stuff. I'm like, fam, why? Like, that's just crazy. I don't even know if I would want to be in a relationship like that. I'm like, nah, because I know people would probably ask, like, what would I do in a situation where it's like, if let's say I'm the significant other and I'm with somebody, I'm like, look, you gonna have to either check your parents or this isn't gonna work out. Because I'm like, I don't want it to be a situation where it's like, the day when we do have kids, they only be hanging out with my grandparents or not but my parents, and then they don't get to see your parents and stuff. And I'm like, no, it's like, we got to be respectful, in this household and things. But it's like, yeah, it's like, if that's how it's gonna be, I'm like, nah, bro, you for one, that's one thing where I'm like, okay, and that's, I'm like, look, I would definitely look at my fiance, wife, girlfriend, whoever. I'd be like, babe, I am sorry, but this has to be said. I'm like, for one, you are not going to be in my house disrespecting me. That might work in your house because that's your house. You pay the bills, you do everything that you want to do in there. But my house, you're not going to be disrespecting me. They were like, who do you think you're talking to? I'm like, you remember? I'm like, you're with I'm like, okay, yeah, that's cool. I am with your daughter. But the thing is this, your daughter might have some fear complex where she might not stand up to you, but I'm going to. At the end of the day, we're just strangers. We ain't blood. We ain't related. Probably one day, but it's going to be by law. That don't mean nothing. But I'm like, the level of disrespect, that's going to have to stop, all right? Because I'm saying, I call my parents up. We just have a full-blown Royal Rumble in this house. So I'm saying, I know my parents got my back. So I'm like, at the end of the day, I'm saying, you out here putting your daughter through this pain and suffering because you guys want to be disrespectful and racist and make all these different comments. I'm like, nah, man, that ain't gonna slide. That ain't gonna be cool with me. So yeah, I definitely would have to. I would check them, and if nothing doesn't change, then I'm like, look, definitely would sit that girl down and be like, hey, it's not you, it's your parents. And I can't be around that, and I definitely don't want my kids around that where they grow up hating their own dad. Because they listen to their grandparents, and I'm like, nah. And I definitely don't want it to be a situation where we do have kids and I send them over to your grandparents' house and they disrespecting my kids because they're biracial. That's not gonna happen because they're half of them not. And the thing is this, half full, even a small percentage of them, I don't want their names being disrespectfully mentioned by her parents. So yeah, that's why I be like, that I can't. I'm sorry, but I can't do it. I'm like, I ain't got nothing but love for you. But at the end of the day, your parents, you're gonna have to check them at some point in time. Because if it ain't me, it's going to be somebody else, and it's going to be a situation where they ain't going to say words. They're going to probably be trying to fight your parents. So that's what I'm like, you don't have to check them on that type of stuff. But so anyways, then she goes on to say, today, me and my fiance went to the beach, and she said, and I think she meant to say, and I took some, he took some pictures of me. I don't know. Somebody took some pictures of her. He was playing his games, and I wanted the pictures to send to my mom. We don't have weird phone rules. He can open my phone, and I can open his, and it's okay like that. I opened it up for the pictures, and I saw naked pictures of a woman. Obviously, I was mad like any person would be. When I opened the pictures, more than one, I realized it was his That is crazy. That is insane, bruh. All right, let's continue reading. I felt like I was dreaming. I went to the hidden pictures and opened with the password to see more. Then at this point, I just kept searching. Their chats were so headache making, disgusting stuff like, when am I seeing you again, baby boy? Or it's good, mommy can't get pregnant. Wow, that is insane. That is crazy. Guys, so she goes on to say, guys, I wanted to claw my eyes out. I just wanted my pictures, and now I think I'm about it. I just wanted my pictures, and now that I think about it, they have always been weird. When he wouldn't defend me, he would say, don't worry, I'm just her baby boy. And then she goes on, so the woman writing this out, she goes on to say, I'm so disgusted, I'm shaking so much, I don't know what to do. I left my country for him, I started a whole new life. Is this even considered cheating? Like, do I confront him? I don't know. Sorry for the that's like a step beyond cheating. That's worse than cheating. My thing is this, if I get cheated on, right, I'm gonna be upset. I'm like, dang, wow. So it's like, you could have just ended things off and just left it alone. My thing is this, if I get into this weird relationship where my significant other is sleeping around with her parent, bro, oh my God. That's something where I'm like, I would 100% leave. I would 100% leave. There's no reason to be there. There's no reason to be there whatsoever. I'm like, that is without doubt the weirdest thing to possibly happen to somebody. But yes, I would leave. That's cheating. You have to leave. That's just honestly, that is some weird stuff, bruh. I just don't. I want to see some of the replies. Somebody goes on to say, okay, that big statue of Jesus you guys have outside Rio. I don't know if that big Jesus is enough to help you guys, help your guy and his mom just leave. That's some sick stuff. That won't get better. Yeah. That I just, man, somebody said they was laughing. They was all like, sorry, but I laughed so hard I fell out of the couch and the cat ran away. Below, she says she can't leave her boyfriend. She's financially dependent on him and his mom. So, no, Jesus, I'm afraid. Oh, so I think he was responding to the person that made that big statue comment and things. But, yeah, man, that's some weird stuff. I done heard it all. I think that is without doubt. I done seen some weird stories on this subreddit. That is without doubt probably the weirdest story that I've read. I honestly can't think of any other ones. Like, I remember some, but that it just don't stand. Like, that's crazy. That is some insane, crazy stuff. That's man. I really wish the best for this girl, but man, that's messed up. That is seriously messed up. I'm like, I'm lost for words. Like, I don't know how to respond to that. And I'm like, man, because at that point, my thing is this, because I know people would probably ask, like, what would I realistically do in a situation like that? Oh, I would 100% call her out. Like, I would be angry, but I would be confused. Like, why do you think that that's normal? And she's all like, no, but let me explain. Like, he's always been involved in my life. I'm like, yeah, people have always been involved in my life, but you don't see me. And I'm like, that's not even something that I would want to think about. I'm like, that's just sick. That is some sick stuff, and you have to know that that's sick. You don't see nobody else there at the beach. You don't see nobody else at this beach carrying on like that. Yeah, it's one thing if you date somebody that's older than you, but if if they have that much of a relation to you, where they're that much related, it ain't on some stuff where it's like, oh, they're like they're like somebody that's by marriage, but it's like if it's like somebody outside the family where you ain't got no blood in you, then it's like, fam, maybe it might be normal, but if not that, even that's not normal. But I'm like, compared to what this guy got going on, you can family friend. I'm trying to think of somebody else. That's honestly about it. Family friend, maybe your parents' friend. If your parents are working at a job, one of their co-workers. I'm trying to think of some other, stuff that's normal than this, but that right there is just no. I definitely would be like, no, the relationship is over, because I'm like that. I feel like I've been bit by a zombie or something. Like, honestly, I have that feeling. I have that feeling like I've been bit by a zombie, and whatever you got, it's now in me. Cause I'm like, that's something where I'm like, okay, yeah, if we working on having kids and things, then obviously some stuff, and I'm like, you mean to tell? I'm like, nah, I'm like, I've shared what you and your no, no. I don't want no parts. I'm like, that's just weird. That's something where I'm like, I would not. My thing is this, because it's like, okay, let's just say a scenario. I know I wouldn't, but let's just paint out that picture where it's like, I put it behind me and I'm like, okay, you know what? Let's just call it off, or not, or you call it off with your parent, and we can move on from this, all right? I'm gonna forgive you. We're still gonna get married, all that stuff, and so on and so on. So anyways, we're at the wedding, right? We're at the wedding. Pastor's up there doing his thing. I'm probably in the back of my mind, I'm still thinking about that. I'm like, this girl was really sleeping around with her parent. Wow. I'm like, okay, so, but you know what? I'm a forgiving man. I'm just gonna, to be like, okay, I'm not even gonna trip. All of a sudden in the distance, I hear, wait, no. I'm like, I will not allow this to happen. You used to be mine. I'm like, and people are thinking, like, I feel like people will be there and be like, wait a minute. She posted this person and she tagged them as mom, or tagged them as dad. And I'm like, hold on, time out. They're like, almost future Mrs. Moss. Ain't that your dad? And she's all like, yeah, we kind of had slept around. I'm like, I didn't want to hear it again. That's why I'm all like, I honestly think that at any given point in time, it's just not going to work out. And I'm like, that's going to be in the back of my mind for life. Yeah, that's on some stuff where I'm like, nope. I'm like, can't be a part of it. I don't even want to, I just can't. Can't do it, bruh. I'm like, I wish you the best in life, but yeah, I don't want no parts. So, anyways, yeah, I honestly, I'm trying to think, what could I possibly say about this? You need to end things off with that guy ASAP. Try and find a job somewhere and stay. I'm trying to think. Okay. Try to find a job. I put someone. I don't even know how to spell anymore. Try and find a job somewhere. Maybe see if you can roommate with random people. I'm trying to think. What is some other bit of advice? Save up and get your own place. I just, yeah, I don't know. That's some weird stuff, man. I'm like, I think I didn't read it all. That's without doubt the weirdest. But yeah, you gotta end things off with that guy. That guy ain't normal. He ain't wrapped up in the head and stuff. So, but anyways, and that being said, I will talk to y'all later. Thank you guys for watching and or listening. Stay tuned for the next episode. Again, relationship advice content is going to be going to my main channel, TMossBoss. And yeah, and that being said, I will talk to y'all later. Thank you guys for watching and or listening. Stay tuned for the next episode. Make sure you follow me across all social media platforms at TMossBoss. Like and subscribe if you're viewing this on YouTube. Follow and subscribe if you're viewing this on a podcast streaming service. Thank you guys for watching and or listening, and peace.